Hello once again everybody, welcome back to Let's Play AI Warfleet Command. The Timix here, and the beginner walkthrough continues. It's time to take a look at the AI systems a little more in depth, and so we're starting off in Slavboom. Taking a look at our scroll on the right, see they've got some bombers, they've got some fighters, frigates, okay, that's no big deal. Now here are the AI force field generators. Their health is not the same as ours. Their health is 420k, 420,000, which is, I believe, a little over twice what ours are. If we select that, and we come in, it's the same thing. You got your bubble. Then we have a Special Forces guard post, and that happens to be right here. So let's take a look at what that does. It says when the AI gets reinforcements to a planet, each guard post also gets reinforcements. And the reinforcements generated for Special Forces guard posts are immediately assigned to Special Forces and form a group that rallies to defend against attacks on planets the AI cares about. So the Special Forces are essentially a strategic reserve. And as the game goes on, they'll add more and more ships to this Special Forces fleet if they don't have to use it up. And the more important the planet, the more likely they're going to show up and say hello. So that's a thing. And also, spending a little more time thinking about what they just said there, that when the reinforcements come to a planet, each guard post also gets reinforcements. So, how many guard posts a planet has influences what they get. On more powerful planets, one strategy you can take is to try to knock out a few of the guard posts. Not take out the whole planet, just knock out a few of the guard posts, and that'll limit how many more ships get added in there. We have a Spire Shield Sphere guard post. What in the world is that? I actually don't remember for sure. Okay, that's this thing down here. It's protected by another force field in this case. We've got ships of both AIs. And has, okay, it's basically just a force field guard post. So it's got relatively few guns, but an impressive force field attachment. That's got a 280k health, and then we've got a 420k from the force field. So altogether about 700k. This is not going to be particularly defensible for them because they don't have a lot of ships here. If we wait a long time before taking this planet and let them add more ships, it'll be a lot worse. It's just going to take us a long time to pound through this. Now, if this was heavily defended with a bunch of other ships, particularly if they're more powerful types of ships, then this could be a real pain in the rear. So this is the kind of thing that you want to take out early. Okay, and the wormhole guard posts, those are by each wormhole. You don't want to take those on directly. I don't remember if I mentioned that before or not. But they've got 4 million health, lots of health, but very limited guns. You can see a flare ammo, an attack of 1, and the description even says, look, you don't normally want to take them on. They'll be destroyed when the command station is destroyed. Now, that is not true of these guard posts. The Spire Shield and the Special Forces guard posts will not be destroyed if you take out the AI command station. Okay? And down here in the yellow are the sort of command units for this particular system. Warp Gate and Command Station. And you're pretty much always going to have a Warp Gate in the Command Station. Here's the Warp Gate. Destroy these to prevent AIs from initiating new warps of raids and reinforcements. So you can limit how much they're going to attack you from here by taking out just the Warp Gate. It's also automatically destroyed when the command station goes. So you can't take out the command station without taking out the warp gate, but you can just take out the warp gate if you're careful not to attack the command station. And you can see we've got more ships around here. The majority of the ships are guarding this, which you might expect. Plus 5 AI progress if killed or scrapped. First of all, the warp gate, as mentioned, will produce attacks on neighboring systems. You may just want to take that out to limit that. Some advanced players will do a lot of this, which is called gate raiding. Just pop in, take out the warp gate, and leave. Others will tend to not do it at all. There are still some types of attacks they can do without it. And the reason you would take it out would basically be, like, let's say we wanted to direct or influence where the AI is going to attack us from. and what of our planets they're going to attack us on. That would be more important, of course, later in the game after we've got a bigger empire. Well, you might want to take out this warp gate to say, I don't need to attack from this direction. I want to push more of your attacks in other directions to where I have more heavily defended planets. That's what gate raiding is all about. And then the command station, nerve center of every AI's planetary base. Destroy this to greatly hamper the AI's ability to reinforce itself and also to take control of the system. Plus 15 AI progress if killed or scrapped. So if we're going to take over a system, we're going to get plus 15 AI progress here and plus 5 here for a total of plus 20. That's going to happen. If you're going to take the system, that's one of the things that goes with it. Which leads into talking about AI progress a little bit more. So if we look up here at our tooltip, you can see we've got a whole bunch of stuff that it's talking about. Perhaps the most important number in your HUD, this is true, measures the aggressiveness of the AI, goes up when you take action against the AI, such as plus 20 if we take out this system or any other one, and goes down when you destroy data centers. There are special buildings that we'll find on some AI planets that allow us a way of reducing it. So as it gets higher, the AI will also start using higher tech ships, the current level shown in parentheses, and you see it's 1 right now. If you look down further, it says AI Turtle, 5 difficulty, tech level thresholds. So if we get to 250 AI progress, it'll start using Mark II ships. If we get to 750, it'll start using Mark III. If you get to 1150, it'll start using Mark IV. Now, as the difficulty level goes up, those numbers tend to get lower. And if you start on the highest difficulty, you begin at level 2. So that gets a little crazy. A good rule of thumb is 200 or a little bit higher AI progress when you finish the game. You can't just not increase it at all because you can never get powerful enough to take on the AI homeworlds without expanding some. And a big part of the strategy is which planets are worth taking that are going to give you that AI progress boost and which are not. And then if you look at this, it says total AI progress is 10. We've gotten 0 reduction so far. The AI progress floor is 10, and the effective AI progress is 10. And so the floor will go up as AI progress goes up, just not as high. That is an important consideration because you can't, there's a limit to how much reduction, no matter how much reduction, how many data centers, how many other things you do, there's a limit to how much you can repair the damage, if you will, that you've done. And the AI progress going up doesn't just increase the mark level of the ships, them sending more powerful ships at you. It does that, but it also increases things like size and frequency of their attack. So right now they're pretty chill because it's at 10, which is as low as it can get. It always starts at no matter what the difficulty level is. But things are going to get worse. We can control how much worse they get. We can't keep them from getting worse at all. Also tied to AI progress is hacking. And there's a whole bunch of different stuff here, but just to look at it a little bit more in terms of a philosophical point of view, you do not want to hack and bring this below 0. So let's say it says we haven't spent anything in that top section, hacking progress spent on, etc., etc., etc. We haven't spent anything on that. If we go below that, let's say we did a research redirection, or we did an advanced constructor hack, and you don't need to know what those are, just know that the values of those, if we were to do one of those now, hacking number would go negative. That's a very bad thing. As it says at the top, if your hacking progress goes negative, which is a brute force hacking attack, that response will quickly become far nastier. The AI, blowback, if you will, or reaction to it is much worse. So you really don't want to do that. Eventually I'll show off what happens if you go negative. I'm not going to do that in this game, but on higher difficulties, it's not much fun. Okay? And so the idea here is that goes up with AI progress, so that when you conquer an enemy system, you're going to salvage some of their stuff, you're going to learn about various vulnerabilities in their security network, which increases your hacking resource. Then you use that to do various hacking things, which is another reason why you pretty much have to increase AI progress, because you can't do any of your hacking activities effectively, or at least without setting it negative and generating that increased response without expanding your territory and getting that AI progress boost where you get your hacking from. So the systems of the game are tied in together in that sense. All right, let's take a look at some of the other systems around here. So that was Slavboom. Eosmity, and a lot of this is going to be similar, so these systems will go by a lot quicker. We've got fighters. We've got laser gatling. Okay, that's something new. Let's take a look at those. Let's see. This right here is a laser gatling. So they fire low power lasers at a high rate. You can see they fire every second, but they only have an attack value of 4. That's a fraction of what a fighter has. So it's the best in large groups. They've got 14 of them. I wouldn't classify that as a large group. Not enough to worry about here. Let's say they have like 100 of them, then, you know, we could be a little more concerned that we would take some losses taking them on. Okay, there's more frigates. They also have an AI force field generator here. They have a core shield generator group D secondary. Let's go to that. Here it is. And they've got that right by the wormhole that we would come in if we came here from our home system, along with a couple wormhole guard posts again and some different ships. But these right here are not actually going to attack us. What they do is they prevent attacks on the AI homeworlds, which means you have to take these or you can't finish the game. It says must be destroyed before the AI core guard posts and AI home command station can be damaged. The planet on which this shield generator sits must be controlled by the humans before it can be damaged. So that's why it says external invincibility provided one time, times 1 or whatever, up there at the top. I have to destroy their command station and build my own here before I can even try to attack this. Otherwise I could pound it and nothing would happen. The D secondary shield generators are linked into a weak network. Destroy any one of the generators in the group and the rest will self-destruct. Okay, so there's different strengths of networks, and there's like A, B, C, etc. D shield generators are one of the weaker ones. And so we don't have to take every planet that has a group D secondary shield generator on it, but we do have to take at least one of them. And we don't really know at this point how many of them there are in the galaxy, but in order to complete things, we'll have to deal with that. And we have an AI laser guard post, and it's protected by a force field generator, which is lovely. So that'll make this more challenging. It's got a few ships, but the weapons guard posts like this one are a little rough. They can do significant damage. You can see this one has an attack rate of 50, which it can do. It then has 20 different batteries. So heavy laser batteries there. And it's also got some health, 30,000, not that much, but this force field generator makes it a lot tougher to get rid of this. So we would expect to take some losses. These also have, just like ships, they've got hull types. This is a neutron, and attack multipliers against polycrystal, refractive, ultra heavy, heavy. So we do not want to send bombers against this thing because it would tear them apart with its polycrystal bonus. We'd want to attack it with things that aren't bombers, which is unfortunate because bombers are good against the force field generator. So them pairing this laser guard post and this force field generator, you know, they're essentially like the laser guards against the things that are good at taking out the force field, and it creates a really good combo. That kind of stinks for us, but it is what it is. We'll have to deal with it. And then we've got wormhole guard posts, warp gate, AI command station. We've seen all that. Let's check out the final system, which is Usmar. See what's new here. Bombers, laser gatlings, missile frigates. Okay, here's another D secondary core shield generator. We've seen those. How about a missile guard post? Right there. So this thing is a light hull, similar to our fighters. It's good against composite, medium, neutron, polycrystal, ultralight. It's only got a few ships around it. It doesn't have a force field, so it won't be as big of an issue, but we still will not want to send our bombers against it because of the polycrystal bonus. It has 5 missile launchers, each with a 240 damage rating, so it can those will take out like our health. is 1,500. So every time a missile hits one of our ships, it's going to do a significant amount of damage to it. So that's going to be a problem, but not nearly as much as the laser and force field combination. We've got wormhole guard post. We've got warp gate, AI command station. We're not concerned about those. They have another central item here, the design backup server. And this is our first special, building that we found that right away we could hack this if we want. Now we could also hack this planet to gain the knowledge from it or do some other things. But this is a special building, the design backup server. Houses some of the AI's backups for one or more ship designs. Okay, redundant backups elsewhere make destroying this futile, and it will self-destruct if the command station is destroyed. So if you're going to take advantage of this, you have to do it while the AI is still in control of the planet. While it stands, though, you can use a hacker, we built those from our command station, to propagate a corrupted version of the design that prevents the AI from building more Mark 1 to Mark 4 versions of it. Or we can download a master copy for your own use. Now it says core R&D is handled via an isolated network. In other words, taking these out doesn't affect what they can build at their core homeworld systems, but it does affect what most of the galaxy is going to be filled with. So we can either decide to not let the AI use this design by hacking it that way, or we can download a copy for ourselves. And it shows at the bottom that the ship design stored here is armored. So this is a good way to get more ship types without having to research, because we could hack it. And we wouldn't want to do that now, again, because of how low our hacking is. We can see AI design corruption would cost 20, AI design download would be 50. Well, both of those things are way more than the 10 that we have. So that would be a really bad idea now. But eventually we could hack this and get the armored ship design, which would really be beneficial. So now that we have this information, what do we do with it? Well, let's head back to the homeworld. And I want to do some more scouting, but I also want to build up our fleet. So let's just go right here and let's show off the loop mentality. We're going to switch this to loop. And just so that we basically build equal numbers of each, I'm going to do 2 of each of these and 1 of this. And I'm just going to let it run and build. We've got almost half of our metal storage saved up. We've got plenty of energy. So we may want to eventually cut this off, but for now, let's just build a bunch of shit. And then while that's going on, let's also do some scouting to go and look around further outside. And we're going to go in a group, and we're going to see why we want to go in a group here shortly. So now we're going to go back in with this selected. We'll just make the scouts control group 2. And we'll go back out to the galaxy map. And why don't we head over here? Not even going to try to pronounce the name of that. And you can see, if you press control, you can see the names of all the systems. I'm just going to control right click. And away we're going to go. And we're building more ships out there. Good for them. Let's focus in on our group. And there they go, into Usmar. And now instead of going to the outside of the system, they are going to head straight across here. And they're not detected anywhere. They're just going to head right in here, and then they'll go out, because this is where... Whoa, what's going on there? That's some craziness. Well, we've got a Tachyon Sentinel. Tachyon Sentinel Mark III specifically. These are made to detect cloaked ships specifically. And let's go back out to our planet summary. You see there's a little 3 here. This is a Mark III planet. So it's a mid-level planet, not a beginner level planet. And this also impacts into our strategy, because if we took this planet, then all of a sudden we would be putting Aotathera, maybe, on alert. And look at all the stuff it's got. Well, my goodness, it's got an ion cannon. Those destroy any, because it's a Mark I, those destroy any equal or lower fleet ship in the insta-kill fashion. So ion cannons can insta-kill any of the current fleet ships we can produce. Now, they can only shoot down so many of them at a time, but that still sucks. They've got a laser, a Mark III laser post, an MLRS post, a sprite shield post, and then the Tachyon sentries, and overall 53 ships. So this is why you send them in groups, because if you send one at a time, they're going to get blown up by everything around these Tachyon Guardians, and then you're in really trouble. But if we send these to the outside, And yes, it looks like they might be. Yep, there we go. Okay, beautiful. So I think we're going to have this one drone survive. Out of all the ones we built, one is survive. Well, that is splendid. Absolutely splendid. Let's go back to Darkvin and take a look at how our fleet's doing. Because we've built up a bunch more. Look, there's another 50-some ships. And we're pretty much holding even on metal. Why don't we build some more engineers to get this done faster? Add 5 more of those. There we go. And we're going to try to max this out. Oh, looky there. Won't that be fun? We have 99 AI space tanks coming to Darkvin in 4 minutes. This is our first wave. See, it shows up here at wave, 99 ships, and these tell us what they are. What is a space tank? Well, they are polycrystal hull, same as bombers. They're good against artillery, heavy, polycrystal, structural, ultra heavy, etc. That looks like it's going to be a load of fun. Let's go ahead and go forward here. And these are coming out. I don't see any reason not to speed this up, because it's 100 ships. We've got our turrets everywhere. We've got this group set to go intercept whatever. We could use these as well, but I'm not going to, and we will eventually see why. I just want these to finish building as quickly as they can. There we go. We've got most of our fleet cap built. And you know what? I'm going to pause this because I want to add starships into the mix. I would definitely like a flagship. And I'm going to go ahead and queue up a couple of these. And one of each of these. Just so we can see all of the different starships that we've unlocked. What they can do. All of that fun stuff. Our metal is slowly going down, but we have plenty. And let's just see how this works as we await the attack. In general, you want to max out the fleet cap of all of your ships if you have enough energy. Now, we can see this is going down, but we've got, 80,000 plus. So we've still got plenty right now. And normally I would want to go expand to another system, but why do that? Let's deal with this attack first, and then we'll go do it. And now it's just building the starships, because all of these are completed. We can't build anymore as it is. Well, let's just go ahead and throw the scout in there so it gets the scouts out there replaced. We'll want to do more scouting eventually. These are about to come in, so let's speed back to normal speed and zoom out. Let's see where they're going to hit. Down there, and there goes our ship. So they're going to take a little while to get there. Let's watch the action here. The tractor beams have all these selected. So they're got all of our various turrets that are firing periodically. And of course we're on the epic slower setting, so it's going to take a little longer than it normally would. You can see the attack amount going down there. That lightning burst from our lightning turrets took it down more significantly. And boom, they're gone. Let's pause this real quick. You can see they're already heading back. The ships are already heading back. They've done their thing. We've got some damage here. We've got, the mines are damaged a bit. But I don't think we actually lost anything. Nope. So that would be a really, really successful defense, obviously, if you don't lose anything or even have to rebuild it or no attack. They didn't get in system. They were all held in place by the tractor beam. Darkvin is safe. And now we have to think about going on the offensive, expanding. We've done enough sitting around. It's time to take the fight to the AI, especially now that they've provoked us. Well, that'll be coming up in the next episode. Until then, thanks for watching, and more AI War Fleet Command will be coming up soon.